Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a topic that quietly shapes our wallets and our living spaces: how tariffs and economic uncertainty are reshaping home remodeling in Oregon and across the US. If you've put off a kitchen upgrade or a bathroom refresh because costs seem to be spiraling, stick around. We're unpacking what's really going on, why it matters, and what it could mean for your next project. Okay, let's set the scene. The story from Portland and the broader national picture share a common thread. Material costs are higher and people are tightening belts. Tariffs on imported goods from Canada, Mexico, and China are directly pushing up prices for building materials. The National Association of Home Builders estimates that these tariffs could add roughly $7,500 to $10,000 to the price of a typical single-family home. That's a lot, especially when you're talking about a project that's supposed to add value or comfort to your life. Personally, I think the big takeaway here isn't just tariffs go up, remodels go up. It's about how uncertainty compounds price questions. When people don't know what the next month holds, whether a tariff will rise again, or even what policy signals will come, the default instinct isn't always to spend. They retreat to the status quo. And that hesitation, in a market that often relies on momentum, can create a lull that feels bigger than the numbers on a price tag. Let's break down the main ideas and the angles you might not hear in the headlines. Idea 1. Not all costs rise equally. What some contractors actually notice is that the first wave of tariff effects hits lower-end, mass-produced items: laminate flooring, vinyl flooring, cabinetry, things that are readily sourced from multiple places. The impact here might look smaller at first glance because you can swap suppliers or find US-made equivalents with a tiny premium. But that's not a universal truth. If you're upgrading plumbing parts or appliances that are heavily imported, your total bill can swing more noticeably. What this really suggests is the substitution game matters. If you can pivot to domestic or alternative suppliers without sacrificing too much on function or aesthetics, you may cushion some of the price pain. What many people don't realize is that the flexibility in sourcing can change how severe the remodel costs feel in real life. In my view, the bigger question is how resilient your supply chain is. Can you keep a project moving with alternatives when global trade shifts suddenly? Idea 2. Inflation as a long-term driver. Even beyond tariffs, inflation is a force that tends to push up costs over time. The historical pattern is prices rise, people delay, demand softens, then builders adjust. The key here isn't will prices go up, but how will you time your project to balance value and risk? Delaying a remodel because today's price tag seems high might backfire if tomorrow's price is even higher. From my perspective, the nuance is about planning for the expected drift, building contingencies into budgets, but also knowing when the best window for value actually opens. This raises a deeper question: are homeowners better off front-loading essential upgrades, or adopting a staged approach that lets you monitor prices and the macro environment? That decision hinges on your personal tolerance for risk and your home's needs. Idea 3. Uncertainty as the bigger force. You'll hear economists talk about tariffs and inflation as if they're the only variables. But for a small contractor, the bigger drag is uncertainty, the fear of future costs, labor shortages, and policy shifts. Joseph Patrick, co-founder of Lamont Bros, frames it this way: even with price signals, people pull back when they're unsure about the road ahead. This isn't just buyers delaying, it's a psychological reset, people choosing to endure a less-than-perfect space rather than invest now and face potential higher bills later. This matters because it affects not only individual homes but the local economy, employment for trades, and the momentum of entire communities. In my opinion, the takeaway is that clear, consistent signals from policymakers could actually unlock activity. If people feel the path is stable, they're more willing to commit. Idea 4. The resilient story of small contractors. The article notes Lamont Bros has weathered ups and downs since 2008, including pandemic peaks. The implication isn't that tariffs are the only hurdle. It's that business models, pricing discipline, and client relationships determine who survives the downturns. A detail I find fascinating is how smaller shops may pivot, doubling down on certain services, tightening workflows, leaning on repeat clients, or absorbing some cost to preserve relationships. What this suggests is a broader trend: adaptability matters more than ever. If you're watching this as a homeowner, think about how your contractor manages risk and whether they have a plan to keep projects moving during economic shifts. Idea 5. The timing wrinkle around the season. Remodeling tends to ramp up in spring and summer. The current lull is notable because it bucks the usual seasonal pattern. The pandemic-era surge had created a backlog of projects, and we're now watching the wave recede while tariffs and uncertainty linger. This combination can make the next 12 to 18 months a choppier ride for everyone involved. From my standpoint, this isn't a signal to abandon plans. It's a prompt to reprice, rescope, and perhaps renegotiate timelines. A longer horizon view can help you align your goals with market realities rather than chasing a moving target. Deeper insight. What this reveals about our housing economy. When you connect the dots, a few patterns emerge. First, supply chain fragility interacts with policy to shape pretty tangible costs on a home project. Second, consumer psychology, risk aversion in uncertain times, has a measurable effect on demand and, by extension, on contractor workloads and pricing power. Third, resilience in the trade ecosystem. Finding domestic equivalents and developing flexible sourcing becomes a competitive advantage for remodeling businesses. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just about a tariff here or an appliance there. It's about a delicate balance between policy, prices, and human behavior that determines whether a kitchen upgrade becomes a reality this year or slides into next. So, what should you do if you're eyeing a remodel in today's environment? Start with a reality check and a plan. Get clear on must-haves versus nice-to-haves. This helps you stay flexible when costs shift. Build a budget buffer for price volatility. Think 10 to 20% as a starting point, depending on your scope. Talk to several suppliers and ask about domestic alternatives. You might uncover options that soften sticker shock. Consider phased upgrades. If a full remodel feels risky, a staged approach can deliver incremental improvements while you monitor the market. Prioritize timing for long-leverage decisions. Some projects, like bathrooms or kitchens, have a bigger impact on daily life and home value, so plan those with a longer horizon in mind. If you're watching this, I'm curious. How is your area feeling these forces? Have you delayed a remodel because of tariffs, inflation, or political uncertainty? Drop your experiences in the comments. What you learned could help someone else navigate a tricky choice. In my opinion, the core takeaway is simple. Price is one factor, but uncertainty and strategy may be bigger. The smarter move isn't always to wait for prices to drop. It's to build a plan that stays flexible as costs move and policy shifts tease the future. This is a moment to be thoughtful, not passive. With the right approach, a home upgrade can still be a smart investment that pays off in comfort, functionality, and long-term value. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe for more analysis that goes beyond the numbers, and share what you'd like me to break down next. What's the next remodel question you want answered? Budgeting tips, supplier strategies, or timing hacks?
I'm listening.